Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the channel. I do hope that you're doing fine, and I do hope that you'll like this video and you'll find sense in it. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, today I want to talk about the tyranny of numbers. After the last weekend where we saw opposition principals meet at Wamnyoro and coming together of those leaders, what implication does it have in terms of valid votes? Because I've always said here that politics is a game of tyranny of numbers and strategy. And before I go into before even I talk about the tyranny of numbers, there's one thing I also want to say that in Kenya, much as we are saying and we should not be tribal. Of course, we should not be tribal, but the Kenyan politics, and a lot of you can point, and you can point fingers on me because of saying this, but the Kenyan politics is tribal aligned. You must organize yourselves and have representatives who are strong from also from certain tribes. So if in any case, if that was not the case, Murara Kebaso could be the most popular person right now in the Republic of Kenya because he is called the position they are tribalists. You could be having the hugest following right now, should that be the case. But in the Kenyan politics, lazima mpangane from regions. You must have a person from Mount Kenya region, like the opposition has done. They have Rigathi Gachagua. Mwende Nyanza, mwangalie ni nani, they have Matiang'i. Mwende Western, they have Eugene Wamalwa. Mwende Ukampani, they have Kalonzo. That's the alignment of the Kenyan politics. If you're going to align yourself, people from the same region, then you cannot win. If you are going to oppose the tribal alignment, useme si hatutaki mambo ya ukabila, as they're calling it, you cannot make it true. You must have representations from each and every region, and our regions are tribal aligned. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition met in Wamnyoro and they did that discussion where Fredo Matiang'i came, Linturi was there, Justin Muturi was there, and you can see that the opposition is now growing even stronger. And one of their agendas, or one of the things that they always said, is that President Ruto is a one-term president. And I want to look into the possibility of that happening. And that can only happen if they have the numbers. Do they have the numbers? Number one thing I observed from the Wamnyoro thing is that Mount Kenya region is now inclusively coming together. We have been having questions of Mount Kenya East and the other part of Mount Kenya dividing, but when you can see JB Muturi coming on board, you can see Linturi coming on board, and you have been seeing meetings of people from Meru and Embu having previous meetings in Wamnyoro. That tells you that the mountain is together. As I'm speaking for today, the mountain, I can give it a 85% of togetherness. If votes were held today, Mount Kenya region will make a 85% decision in the same direction. So they are together. And I've always said again that hii siasa ya Kenya hii, if you don't have the Mount Kenya region behind you, you need to be more than Raila Odinga to win an election. And you understand what it means to be more than Raila Odinga. It's Raila Odinga who has always tried to come closer to be the people of the Mount Kenya region when he doesn't have that support base. And right now, as I'm speaking, is there somebody who is been or who is popular as Raila Odinga has been in the previous election? There's no one. So if you don't have the Mount Kenya region, it's going to be very difficult for you to beat them. That's a bare fact. And the reason behind this is that, number one, the Mount Kenya region people, they turn out to vote. They are the best in turning out to vote. Number two, they have their votes is almost 30% of the total votes of Kenya. So if you are running against a people who have 30%, these people only need 20 plus 1% to make anybody president. If they put their votes in one basket, which is 30%, Even if we say it's 25%, they only need 25 plus 1% to win an election. That's how serious President Ruto losing Mount Kenya region has implication on his presidency. Actually, if, in 2022, they gave President Ruto about 47% of the votes that made him president. Well, that's almost a half. They gave President Ruto a half of the votes that made him president. So these people control quite a good number of the voter register. And this round time in 2027, they are going to vote with that feeling of betrayal. So that means that their turnout will be absolutely good. And number two, another thing about Mount Kenya region is that they are never distracted. It's not easy to distract. Watu wa Mount Kenya region wakiamua tunapigia candidate B, be it is not of that tribe, be it from even a smaller tribe, be it you are not, they'll vote for you. They voted for President Ruto when they even had candidates from the Mount Kenya region. They ignored President Uhuru directions because their conscience at that time was telling them we are going for Ruto and this is where we are going to gain. In 2027, if they are going to go with that conscience that now we are going with Rigathi Gachagua and we are going to vote for this candidate who has been agreed upon by the opposition, trust me, the people of the Mount Kenya region are the game changer of the 2027 general election, regardless of what happens, regardless of the formations, unless, which is a disclaimer, a very good plan is crafted to divide the people of the Mount Kenya region, which is, I've said, very difficult. But if somebody sits down and crafts a very good plan on how he can divide them to vote in different sides, that's the only way you can win that election. But wale watu wakikuwa pamoja, it's very difficult because assuming that and today Senator Nyonga was talking in some interview, I think it was NTV if I'm not wrong, and he said that when he looks at the opposition, the best ticket, as much as he appreciates all those principles, he said the best ticket is a Kalonzo Matiang'i ticket or Matiang'i Kalonzo, regardless of who gets what position. But that's the best president and running mate ticket in the opposition. So if you take Kalonzo Matiang'i ticket, then you give them the backing of Mount Kenya region. That means you have got 25% of the Mount Kenya region supporting you as we speak today. You are going to the eastern region, Ukambani region. They have been really waiting for Kalonzo to run for president. They are also going to vote for him. So you can go and bring the vote of the Ukambani region, which is about 2 million. And then you go to Kisii, you bring about 1 million vote of Matiang'i, because the Kisii have been voting about 600,000 votes, but their registered votes are about 1 million. And now that Matiang'i, as you saw what happened in Kisii, their vote is likely to go high. If these people are going to vote, they are going to turn out and register, they are going to make 1 million votes. So you have 2 million from Kambani, 1 million from Gusii, that's 3 million. And then Matiang'i also brings that implication of the goodwill of the nation. A lot of people are supporting from all regions. If you are going also, you bring them the basket. Then they are going to Western region and incorporating the likes of Anatembeya. If they are going to find a formula of how they can work with him, Cleo Malala onto board, they are going to Luo Nyanza and reaching out to say Governor Orengo, if in any case Orengo is going to fall out, because he has already declared that there is no way they are going to support a sinking ship. That was his words. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how the things are at the ground. Mount Kenya region united, they bring Ukambani onto board, they bring a part of Western onto board, they divide West Nyanza region, which has been largely, Raila Odinga has been enjoying that by taking the Gusii. Remember, out of the about 8 million votes that have been coming from Nyanza region, about 40% is becoming from Nyamira and Kisii and the Kuria parts of Nyanza region. So if you're losing that, that's a division, the Nyanza region. And if you see also the counterpart, just the neighbors, that's Western, the same thing is happening there. Natembeya is also dividing it with the Tawe movement. Kileo Malala is behind also moving the different direction. PK Salazar has been doing rallies to depolarize, to decampaign ODM from that region. So things are not good. But in terms of tyranny of numbers, which I said was the base of this analysis, that Mount Kenya region united, you must be more than Raila Odinga to win against them. And as we stand today, there is nobody who is more than Raila Odinga. Previously, as Raila Odinga has been popular, Raila Odinga ndio amekuwa akifika 200, a difference of 200,000 votes without the mountain significantly supporting him. Raila ndio amekuwa akikaribia, and Raila is a very popular candidate. Raila is not somebody you can underestimate. He's been very strong politically, and is a very good strategist when it comes to politics. But right now, as we're speaking, he's not as popular as he was in 2022. That's we can agree, because he has already lost Gusii. He's already lost Western. He's already losing trust of the youth because of working with government. So there is nobody who is stronger than Raila Odinga of 2022 and before as we're speaking today. So what only is the biggest threat of the opposition is that division. The division card is the biggest threat of the opposition. Otherwise, if those people were in Wamnyoro, only those people were in Wamnyoro, find a way of working together. Wakubaliana waseme, like Matiang'i said in Wamnyoro, that they will put their self-interest aside and come up with a plan of how they are going to work together. If they found out that plan and come out and say that we have agreed that this is the presidential candidate, this is the running mate, and this is who is going to be the prime cabinet what, and they divide the CSS position, they give the speaker, and everybody is contented. Kila mtu atosheka aseme, I'm putting my interest aside and let's go for it. Then there is no possibility of winning against the opposition. That's my take. There's no possibility of winning against the opposition, because even the agencies we're speaking today are already coming with that take of that you are either in government or you are either in opposition. The other people are now being perceived that there are plans to divide the vote of the opposition, and of which is not a bad thing, because as we stand today, if you don't support this opposition, you are giving chance to the government to get re-elected if you are opposing the government, because the opposition as it stands is the strongest right now. It's either government or opposition. Any other candidate who is standing right now can either is right now looking into his popularity, but the people who are strong is the opposition that you saw in Wamnyoro on over the weekend, and the other side that is in competition is the government. And I'm speaking government with consideration that Raila Odinga is still supporting the government. But I want to finish this analysis by saying that if government is not supported by Raila Odinga, if President Ruto doesn't receive the support of Raila Odinga, Raila tu amuke siku moja aseme, I feel that I cannot work with this government, I'm taking a different direction, I'm going to run for presidency, or I'm going to support a different candidate, then there is no even chance of President Ruto becoming even position 2 in that election. You can tell me what you think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take my time to read and give you a response. And if politics is what you like this way, you should subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment in the comment section. Stay safe wherever you are, and be well. Nice day.